It's time for the Richies.
Hello, Spodarian Rich Nation. My name is Sawyer, and you're watching the Richie Awards.
Since the newest game takes place in Kalos, we had a trend of looking back at the original X and Y games and looking at their starters. So let's go back in time, let's revisit the games, and let's see which starters pickled the attention of these people the most.
Imagine this. It's 12 years ago and you were sitting in your bed and you've just put in your newest game, a copy of Pokemon X or Y. It was the first Pokemon game to take advantage of the new hardware inside of the Nintendo 3DS. You turn it on and quickly see that this isn't what Pokemon has always looked like. It's newly updated for the modern era and it's so much different than the other games that you've played in your past. The first choice you make here is pivotal. Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. The starter you choose will follow you and be your first companion to enter this new era of Pokemon.
Personally, I don't have a lot of history with this game. Olivia, why did you choose to announce it then? I'm so glad that you asked. It's kind of a funny story on why I know about this game even to begin with. My little brother got, I think, Pokemon Y for his 3DS, and I saw his character roller skating around, and I was like, holy shit, I need this game. So I asked for it, I think for Christmas or something, I don't know, and I got it, and then I played it like once.
Another part of these games people love are the starters. These starters are so iconic, and they have their own personalities that are very different, not only from each other, but from past and future starters.
I love Generation 6. It was one of the first Pokemon games I've ever played. X was my GOAT, and I've used each of these starters at least one time in a run. But personally, I love Chespin the most. Chespin, Chestnut, super fun combo. It is a little weak to flying, I will say.
Grass was always my favorite type, so of course I chose Chespin. I loved him throughout the whole game and seeing him evolve over time.
I think he is very cute, and while the middle evolution for his line may look like a bowling ball, I think Chespin is great. I even have a shiny one that I caught in Pokemon Go named Maple.
Personally, at least now in my advanced age, I'm a fan of fire starters. I just like fire. Fire
is such a good type to have throughout the game. It's so versatile.
I don't remember which one I chose back in the day. I could probably load up my 3DS, it's right there. Actually, I have no idea where my game cartridge for Pokemon X is. But that's irrelevant.
I didn't play the original X and Y games, unfortunately, but I did like Fennekin. I'm a big fan of foxes, especially Fennec foxes, so I'm basic and evil. I don't know what to tell you. Lol.
Fennekin to Delphox, amazing. Great typing, great coverage, all around solidly strong Pokemon.
It's Fire Psychic. That's really cool. I'm a big fan of Psychic. I always loved Alakazam.
And then we got Greninja. What more can be said?
Greninja on the TV show, Ash's Greninja, was so cool to see. But that was just me. Over 100 people voted for their favorite X and Y starter. And these are the results.
Hello, I'm Sita, and I'll be announcing the Best Pokemon X and Y Starter Award. The nominees are Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. And the winner is Fennekin!
Woo! Woo! Wow! Woo! Let's hear it for Fennekin. He won the majority vote with 46 votes.
With people loving like Delphox's design, it makes sense why she won. It's a great Pokemon, great typing, fan favorite.
All of these choices are good. I can't quite fault people for voting for Fennekin.
Fennekin winning came to no surprise for me. It's a very cute Pokemon and iconic in the anime. Fennekin and its partner Sabrina went through a monumentous change, and I think it was the best choice as a winner. While I did vote for Chespin, I understand why Fennekin won. It has really stood the test of time, and I believe as time has gone on, people have lessened their hate for its final evolution, Delphox, and have come to really enjoy the Pokemon.
Look at Delphox, if you're voting on that, you've got Delphox at the end for you.
The runner-ups being Froggy, being in second place with 38 votes, and Chespin in last with 22 votes.
Typical grass starter behavior. Please don't be mad at me.
It's very sad to hear and see, but it makes sense. People really do hate its middle line Quilladin. I've grown to like Quilladin a lot more, but I'm happy with the results.
Not to be that person, but I think the results are rigged because Richard chose Fennekin as his starter for X and Y when we were in 5th grade, and I remember him saying Chespin looked dumb, so there are already some biases there.
Niche internet micro-celebrity UltimaShadowX originally recorded a 2-minute segment for Pokémon. Unfortunately, the media fire link for his part expired before Rich downloaded it. Just wanted to mention that, I guess.
I forgot about my very real results envelope and not a piece of paper folded in half that I used to announce the first winner. But we're gonna bring it back for the final category that I'm announcing for. Plants vs. Zombies. Oh my goodness, what an iconic game.
It's such a silly, goofy, whimsical topic, and I think it's executed so well. The style of it's really, really fun, and it's a game that everyone remembers. I get YouTube essays about it sometimes, and I think it's the funniest thing.
I have so many memories of me and my little brother and my next door neighbor playing this game just for hours.
So this has been a pretty interesting year for the Plants vs. Zombies series because of an interesting remake. Plants vs. Zombies replanted this year and somehow they messed it up, which is incredibly funny.
Pretty sure Plants vs. Zombies is actually in some deep shit right now because they've used AI art to promote their latest game.
Isn't this just the same game? Other than the graphics, could you tell me what they actually changed? Okay, they've got multiplayer. You can play a classic, single-player game with a friend. That has value, I guess. And there's RIP mode, and yeah, okay, play through the whole game without dying once. That's good for replayability. But mostly, no, that's it, isn't it? I mean, would you rebuy a game based solely on extra pixels, 2-man single player, and Fire Emblem mode? No. Well, I mean, you might. I'm not the boss of you.
I don't know much about that. I just play the one that's on the PlayStation 3. That's the original. The best one of all time. The GOAT.
I'd rather stick to the classics, because I already own it.
Normally for categories, there's a lot of nominees, but we only have 2, and I think you know what they are.
It's in the title.
Are you the resistant plants or the everlasting wave of zombies?
I think it actually would have been really funny if there was a write-in or a Crazy Dave option. I would have picked Crazy Dave. 2026 Richie Awards. Think about it. Think about it.
You think these plants look cooler than these zombies? Yeah, sure. Machine gun pea shooter, alright? Cherry bomb, alright? Big nut can hold them back, okay? Sure, there's a Venus flytrap. He is cool, but none of that matters. Because this guy has a Zamboni. Look at him. He is driving a Zamboni. Have you ever seen that? This guy's got a door. How did he get a door? This one's a miner. He mines. These guys have jobs. Buckethead, Conehead, one of them's a linebacker. What? What are we doing? You think double-headed pea shooter is going up against a linebacker? This guy got a dolphin. Who in their right mind thinks that big zombie on a lawnmower shooting basketballs is losing to those plants? Are you kidding me?
Anyway, I have the winner right here. My light turned off in my very real results envelope and not a piece of paper folded in half. The winner of the Plants vs. Zombies category is the plants, babe. Read it and weep. With 96 votes. Zombies, only 18. The zombies never win. That's the point of the game.
Zombies never stood a chance.
We are officially taking our lawn back.
If you voted for zombies, you either really like Zomboss, which, hey, Zomboss is awesome. Love me some Zomboss. Or you're just having a skill issue. And that's just you.
Are you kidding me? 85% of people voted plants. Are you joking? You people think that the plants win this? No, that's because they're piloted by the best pilot to ever pilot the game, alright? You send these guys 1v1 without a leader, without you leading the charge for these plants? They're done for. I'm disgusted. Disgusted. I cannot believe the audacity to think that the mine plant that blinks is beating the Frankenstein-looking freak with a tiny zombie on its back.
You're not up on your lore, pal. Run it up.
If the plants lose, that's on you.
The song, There's a Zombie on Your Lawn. Very good song. It's on Spotify if you ever want to listen to it. And if you Google Plants vs. Zombie on Your Lawn karaoke, you can karaoke to it. Don't ask me how I know that. Actually, it's not that deep. I just looked it up once at a party when I was drunk, and I did it. Did it pretty well, from what I remember.
Speaking of
Sonic Racing Crossworlds was actually a really fun game. It was pretty much, in my opinion, it felt different compared to the other Sonic All-Stars Racing games and even Team Sonic Racing, but that game was god-awful from what I remember.
Isn't it fantastic that Sonic gets another category, but this time just because of all the random crossover characters that are coming into Sonic Crossworlds? And when I say from all around, they weren't joking when they meant Crossworlds.
Yeah, they really put an emphasis on the word Crossworlds, because you have like a lot of Sonic characters as well as other characters from other franchises they didn't expect to see here.
It's kind of like Fortnite, but a racing game.
You have Steve from Minecraft, you have Joker from Persona 5, you have Knights, which is a awesome legacy character.
Having Knights be in Crossworlds here soon is super hype for me. Just seeing Knights get any attention at all is super sick.
You got some characters from Super Monkey Ball, some characters from Nickelodeon.
SpongeBob definitely being one of them. Fucking Mega Man.
Mega Man. I was never book smart or money smart. Makes me more intelligent. The festival. I got hella fans.
And soon we'll have Avatar and the Teen Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's insane how much of a crossover this racing game is. I just can't believe it, honestly.
Look at all these characters that were added, and including Hatsune Miku. Look at her. Did you see her? Did you know that her and Sonic are siblings? That's a fun fact.
It actually felt more unique because, at least from when I played on PlayStation 5, I can't say for the Switch/Switch 2 users, it felt weird. Normally with the other racing games, for Sonic racing games, you would hit the R2 button, you actually hit X. That actually threw me off, and I thought it was funny to note that. Oh man.
Your choices were Hatsune Miku, Joker, Ichiban Kasuga, Steve, SpongeBob, Pac-Man, Mega Man, Knights, and II.
So out of all these different characters we have to choose from, who's the winner? I would never be able to guess personally.
And a winner for the Sonic Racing Crossworlds guest, for the Sonic Racing Crossworlds guest is anyone really surprised? It's Hatsune Miku, of course. I mean, it's goddamn Miku, of course she'd win. 42 votes, that's kind of a landslide, I'd say.
I'm a liar. I totally was gonna guess it was Miku because Miku is goated with the sauce. I never had a doubt in my mind.
It's kind of insane that Hatsune Miku is in this racing game, and it's no surprise that Hatsune Miku won this category, and for lack of a better quote, everyone was feeling Miku when they voted for this character, so.
I've been loving Sonic Crossworlds, and I honestly am very happy to see Hatsune Miku win. I knew Knights wouldn't win. I'm not crazy big on Miku, but my friend D over here.
There's actually a lot of official Miku collaborations with Sonic for the game. So
right about now, she kind of got me onto Hatsune Miku. Listened to a little bit of Vocaloid because of her, and yeah, I mean, I knew about her for a while. You know, I heard that song, fire song. Thank you for that, and you're welcome for singing that to you. So Hatsune Miku, Sonic Racing Crossworlds Richie Awards forever.
And runner-up is Spinglebab. Also not surprising.
Hey, you did good, SpongeBob. You did good.
Never in a million years would I ever have expected SpongeBob and Patrick to be in a Sonic game. Not even in a Sonic racing game. What the hell could Sonic possibly have to say to SpongeBob? What could they get along about? Blowing bubbles? Sonic doesn't have time for that. He's too fast for that. He's too fast to be blowing bubbles, SpongeBob. Just get out of the way, bro. Get back on the grill. Just put the fries in the bag, bro. Sonic has things to do and courses to race.
I have a lot of papers on the floor right now.
Next up is the Superman category. But I feel like this outfit is not appropriate since it's a blank shirt. So give me 1 second. Let me change it to something a little bit more suitable.
Superman 2025. 2025 was a good year for superhero media. Surprised Fantastic Four didn't get a shout out on here, but
Superman, one of my favorite movies of the year. Hope Incarnate. We really needed this movie this year.
That movie was amazing. It is beautiful. It reminded me of why heroes are heroes and that people are amazing and people are beautiful. You saw that movie and you could believe a man could fly. That's why I'm in my, I know it's a different universe, Spider-Man, but he's also a symbol of hope, you know? You gotta remind the people that they're amazing and that they're capable of astounding things.
A change of clothing was appropriate. I had to rep the Superman shirt. Just watching this movie made me very hopeful again. It was just such a fantastic movie and such a spiritually uplifting movie. And there was a lot of really cool things in this movie. Superman, James Gunn's Superman, I feel like they nailed it. They got the character right.
He got Superman right. James Gunn really is a genius when it comes to these movies. He's great. He understands the comics. He understands why we read the comics. He understands why we connect with the heroes. And a lot of people criticize it, saying that it made Superman weak. They're just weak, man. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to get beat up every so often. But as long as you get back up and you hit whatever you're fighting with your crazy, insane heat vision eyes, then everything's going to be okay.
I didn't know much about David Cornsweet before the Superman movie was announced, so whenever he was casted as Superman, I was a little skeptical because I wasn't sure about this guy's range. See, he looked the part, and when I actually saw the movie, I cried multiple times. That movie was phenomenal, exceeded every expectation. I think it was a 10 out of 10. Your choices, your actions, that's what makes you who you are. And I couldn't have said that better myself, honestly.
There was a lot of really cool nods to the comic books and to the TV shows. One awesome example is when Superman is putting on his shoes and he talks about oh, I don't want to mess with these interdimensional imps, which is a really cool nod to some of the intergalactic characters that Superman deals with all the time, like Mr. Mitzi Spitlick, whose entire existence is just to mess with Superman, and the only way that Superman gets rid of him is if he gets him to say his name backwards, which some crazy comic book lore, some crazy kooky comic book stuff that's going on, but James Gunn honestly nailed that weird whimsical side.
The choices were Clark Kent, Lois Lane, Lex Luthor, Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, Green Lantern, Hot Girl, Jimmy Olsen, Crypto, Eve, and Engineer.
The winner of Superman is Clark Kent with 34 votes. I think it's really funny that Clark Kent won instead of Superman. I don't even know who Clark Kent is. Is that like a guy from the Justice League or something? Is he like a superhero or something? I don't know. What is he, some sort of reporter or something? Get out of here.
I ended up buying a cosplay of the Superman costume. One big thing that I'm working on is I'm going to Bangladesh in April to sponsor orphans, provide them with hot meals, and teach them tech skills. And I figured, Superman inspired me to do good, so I thought it would be cool to get a costume of Superman. And when I do go in April, I'll be dressed up as him, and I think it'll be cool for them to see, hey, Superman's teaching me tech skills.
Mr. Terrific, or a farmer he is, got 23 votes.
I am sad that Mr. Terrific didn't win. I know it's a very, very niche character, but I am glad he got out in the spotlight a little bit thanks to James Gunn. I think he's a super cool character. I read some of his comics, and I think it's really funny. He's the third smartest man on Earth, and the person that made that list was him. Mr. Terrific made the list of world's smartest men. He put himself in third. What a humble guy.
God damn, Mr. Terrific. He honestly deserves it, and for a lot of the movie, he just stole the show. He stole the show in the entire movie, and he did some awesome stuff. He had a really cool scene where he was protecting Lois Lane. He was taking down a bunch of goons.
And Crypto got 19, like the little chaos gremlin he is. I actually have a full standee of Crypto in my room now from my job at the theater, and I love it. I love Crypto so much.
Lex Luthor deserves that top spot. Nicholas Hoult absolutely killed the role, performed with a type of gusto that we haven't seen in a true superhero movie in a very long time, but that's neither here nor there.
It was a really rough year, especially for me personally. Past 2 years really have been some of the worst years of my life. So being able to go to the theaters and watch a Superman movie that really understands Superman and why he is a superhero that is as popular as he is.
It really dealt with a lot of real topics that exist in our real world. Like how billionaires do a lot of stuff just so they can keep more of their money. It talks about a lot of immigration stuff, especially with the ICE stuff. And then also, the movie basically said Free Palestine.
Sometimes you just need a Midwestern dork in tights to look up to and realize that things aren't as dark as they seem. And it's going to be okay.
I could just keep yapping about this movie, but moral of the story is the new punk rock is being nice, being kind, and you have to check out this movie. This was probably the best movie out there this year, so definitely check it out. Superman 2025.
Superman, Clark Kent, Exploder Richie Awards, Sans Undertale, put me on a seal. Fuck you.
I would be in Superman's harem. I would be in Superman's harem.
We're gonna move on to K-pop Demon Hunters, and then I will.
Well, I hope you're ready for a takedown because this next category is for K-pop Demon Hunters.
My goal for this segment is to fit as many K-pop Demon Hunter puns as I possibly can. So you true Huntrix fans out there, tap in and listen up.
Now, I watched this movie within the week that it came out on Netflix, and I wasn't not expecting much, but I had no idea what it was about beyond the title being K-pop Demon Hunters. And honestly, I was shocked how incredible it was. What a good movie. Truly, it was just so entertaining the entire way through. I have not had that much fun with a film in such a long time.
K-pop Demon Hunters was a really awesome watch. I do think that a little tad bit of it was rushed and they would have benefited from having their full-length desired runtime, but Netflix was too scared of that rotting attention span of their audience and decided to cater to that instead.
Yeah, it's funny. This movie was supposed to be just thrown on Netflix to just kind of die there, because that's a movies being thrown on Netflix usually end up being.
And Netflix didn't even plan for that movie to be that successful. Neither did Sony Animation. To the point to where they're already talking about making a sequel. I'm not sure if this rumor has been confirmed or not, but from what I've seen on the internet, people are all talking about, oh, we need a second one, yada yada, blah blah. And I wouldn't be opposed to that. I'm interested. I'd tune in for it. We find out who Rumi's dad is. Will Jinyu come back from the dead? Will they actually make replica ramen that the girls eat from the first movie? We shall see.
I didn't put the picture up on here. Hold on, let me do that whole bit where I put the pic. What the fuck is the what is that? I don't even know why I picked that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna make y'all see that the whole time I'm talking. Honestly, one of my favorite movies this year was Knives Out 3, but my second favorite movie this year was Superman. But my third favorite movie this year, I'm pretty sure, is K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't remember what else I watched in theaters this year, and I can't think of it right now. But I'm sure K-pop Demon Hunters is my third favorite movie.
At my house on Halloween, there were so many little roomies running up to my door, grabbing candy. Easily the most popular Halloween costume of 2025. There was even a point in time where Taylor Swift dropped a new album this year, but Huntrix, with their great strategy, managed to take down Taylor Swift on the box office top 100.
Hearing strategy in the movie was kind of a big, like, holy cow, Twice has, like, made it. You know, that's one of my top bands I've, like, listened to throughout the 2020s at all.
Twice was performing strategy at the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Having, like, K-pop be back in the spotlight in a positive way is really cool.
This movie's gotten a lot of, a concerning amount of hate. But I can understand why people don't like it, but there's some people that are just thrashing it on the internet.
God, that stupid Soda Pop song is stuck in my head for far too long, and it's not even one of my favorite songs in the film.
I know there's like people that love Golden, Takedown, pretty much the other heavy hitters. Soda Pop is another one.
Hell!
But for me, I really like the authentic sounding of This Is What It Sounds Like. I think it really, puts the movie scenes in like a nice little bow tie. It's really nice.
My favorite song, probably How It's Done. I do really love almost every song on the soundtrack. The only one I don't really like that much is Free. And like I still listen to it when it comes up on my playlist, but it's just the weakest one in my opinion. But God, How It's Done needs some more love. It is a masterpiece of a song.
EJ, the singing voice for Rumi, she aspired to be a K-pop singer, but was apparently too old for the K-pop scene. And now with this movie, she basically got a chance to be recognized for her vocal talent. And yeah, she's got a really damn good voice. I'm glad all three got recognized. Even, what's her name? Ray Ami. She's really funny on Twitter. She got like a really bubbly personality, really capturing Zoe pretty well too, yeah.
Anyway, we have to see here who was the best Fortnite character. Yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters from Fortnite. You remember?
We have Rumi, Mira, Zoe, Genu, Abby, Mystery, Baby, Romance, and Bobby.
And drum roll, please. Well, actually, no one actually plays the drums in the movie, so we'll skip the drum roll.
It's Zoe with 30 votes. Congratulations to her. She's my favorite character, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Congratulations on the win. Hope you enjoy. I hope you take time to enjoy the great honor that is the Richie Awards.
Zoe's sweep, I was truly not expecting it, but honestly, go her. I love Zoe, and I feel like she deserves that.
I do wish we got to see more screen time of her and Mira than we did in the film, but it is still super awesome to see her get some recognition here. I love her style. She's got to be my favorite. I love those pants. I need to steal her fit.
She is Korean, but grew up in the States, so very relatable. She's kind of insecure, but great to watch her journey as she presses through the movie.
I mean, she was my favorite out of Huntrix, but me personally, I liked Abby from the Saja Boys. It was my favorite. I thought he was the coolest.
We have a write-in. Coming in with one vote, Pro Jared's cosplay of one of the Saja Boys. Give it up to Pro Jared. Don't know if he beat the allegations, but congratulations on the one vote. Let's list off some other runner-ups. With 10 votes, we have Mira, one of Huntrix, the tall one with the red hair. With 11 votes, we have Bobby, No Hill. King of the Hill had a big year this year. We're talking about the manager Bobby, not Hank Hill's son. Okay, with 14 votes, we have Jinyu. Give it up for Jinyu. Also tied with his lover with 14 votes, the main character Rumi.
Oh, wow. Zoe sweep. So impressed with her, but also at the same time, like Yasmin. Deserved.
Myra is probably my favorite character. I did vote for Myra, but Zoe is a pretty good one too. I get why she's a fan favorite, honestly. This cap is giving me a headache. I'm just going through it, this Richie Awards. I'm just going through it. Rich, put me... I'm sorry I keep making you do... Put me in that SpongeBob meme where SpongeBob is in the dark, like, Silent Hill hallway, but that's me. Put me there. That's what I'm going through. Anyways, very well deserved. Zoe won. K-pop, Demon Hunters, forever and ever.
America, land of the free, and home of the 47 presidents who will be duking it out in an epic battle royale of the ages.
On April 30th, 1789, the United States got its first ever president, George Washington. And since then, historians have been trying to rank the best. There's countless lists ranking presidents from their economic decisions to their foreign policy decisions to how well they were able to work with Congress and see which presidents were objectively the best. But none of those metrics matter right now. What the people voted on today, it was how likely they were to win in a fight. You got 45 of these guys, okay? That's a lot of guys. And we're going 1v1v1v1.
Now, this happens to be my favorite category, okay? I consider myself a slight American history, fan, but there are some people that I've never even heard of. And this question is interesting because it asks us to consider who would win out of all of these presidents in a fight. To the death, I don't know. I'm considering it that way.
My personal pick was Abraham Lincoln, mostly because I knew he had some sort of wrestling record before he was president.
Even though he isn't really popularly perceived to be the epitome of physical strength or anything like that, he was into wrestling when he was young, so I think he probably would stand a pretty good chance.
It was rumored that he fought 300 matches and only lost once, but that's a kind of a myth in and of itself. There's an interesting article just called Dispelling the Myths About Lincoln's Wrestling Days from Mike Finn that kind of dives deep into more of his wrestling lore.
Things got a little divided over the Confederacy, but despite him being a fighter, I might say the president who took it afterwards, Andrew Johnson, might have the best thought. Think about it. He was hated. It made him go crazy. Joker mode even.
I can see why some others would get picked. I know George Washington obviously fought in the Revolutionary War, so he does have some combat experience there.
Andrew Jackson, I think he's kind of a sleeper pick, to be honest. This is the guy who literally beat his would-be assassin with a cane.
Andrew Jackson, now look, Andrew Jackson gets a lot of props for Battle of New Orleans and all that, but he didn't really do the heavy lifting in that battle. And then the Trail of Tears, a very questionable guy.
Is Andrew Jackson the only name that you can remember? Because, he was just awful, just terrible. I don't really understand why anyone would pick him. All he ever did was say, hey, I'm going to close down all the banks. And didn't even deal with his problems head on. You really think he's going to be winning a fight? I definitely think that, there are some people who are an automatic out in my mind. And that's just not, it's because I don't know who they are. I don't. It's not every president is that famous. And out of all the presidents that are famous enough that we can know about them, there are a couple that I just definitely it's not going to be you. I'm picturing everybody in an arena, Hunger Games style. And we're all fighting. Not we, I'm not doing this. They're all fighting. And so to me, it's about more than just your physical strength. To me, it's about are you crazy enough? Are you do you have it in your mind to do this?
I've actually had talks with my friends about this a few times on which one would win. Me personally, I thought Teddy Roosevelt. That man was a unit.
And I think Teddy Roosevelt just does. I think from everything we know about him, from the national parks, that he helped bring about.
We love our national parks. Thank you, Teddy.
And just he was incredible in Night at the Museum. I love those movies.
Rutherford B. Hayes. Look at that man. That man looks like he doesn't take damage.
I'm not listing all the presidents. Fuck you. Yes, I think it would be funny if you listed them all. Okay, you know what?
Tonight's contenders are as follows.
George Washington,
John Adams,
Thomas Jefferson, another famous one,
James Madison,
James Monroe,
John Quincy Adams,
Andrew Jackson,
Martin Van Buren,
William Henry Harrison,
John Tyler,
James K. Polk,
Zachary Taylor,
Millard Fillmore,
Franklin Pierce,
James Buchanan,
Abraham Lincoln,
Andrew Johnson, who is not Andrew Jackson, although their names are similar,
Ulysses S. Grant,
Rutherford B. Hayes,
James A. Garfield, I hate Mondays, Chester Arthur, I've never even heard of that guy in my life.
Grover Cleveland, first term.
Benjamin Harrison,
Grover Cleveland again.
William McKinley,
Theodore Roosevelt,
William Howard Taft,
Woodrow Wilson,
Warren G. Harding,
Calvin Coolidge,
Herbert Hoover,
Franklin D. Roosevelt,
Harry S. Truman,
Dwight D. Eisenhower,
John F. Kennedy, rest in peace,
Lyndon B. Johnson,
Richard Nixon, I am not a crook,
Gerald Ford,
Jimmy Carter,
Ronald Reagan,
George H.W. Bush,
Bill Clinton,
George W. Bush,
Barack Obama,
of course, Donald J. Trump,
Joseph R. Biden,
and Donald Trump again.
Yes, I was explicitly told to list all of their names out. Every single one of them. Thank you, Rich. I hope that was not too much for you all.
That wasn't too bad, actually. You know, I kind of listed them pretty smoothly.
We do have a couple runner-ups. The runner-ups were really important to me. They were really interesting, okay?
In 7th place, we had Ulysses S. Grant with 4 votes. I think that's pretty reasonable given that he was a general and everything.
Ulysses S. Grant, he was a war general, I'll give him that. Kind of a goat, but like, what did he do as president? Like, name 3 things, I mean, you know.
In 6th place, we had Andrew Jackson with 5 votes.
This is really stupid to me.
Above him, we had John F. Kennedy with 6 votes.
You know, he does really well at bringing down conflict, at making sure everyone has a level head. But you can't just sit there and look pretty and win. You know, I mean, it didn't even last too well for him himself. So there's no shot for him. Oh, I didn't mean that, but I just don't think he has a shot at winning this.
JFK, like, I feel like there's a way that you can work the assassination into it, but shout out JFK. That man was a real one. You know, he knew not to trust the Federal Reserve.
In 4th place, we had Abraham Lincoln with 10 votes.
I get it. He's really tall. I get it.
In 3rd place, we had George Washington with 11 votes.
And the thing with George Washington is that I just don't see this one at all. I'm so sorry to the 11 of you who picked George Washington. I don't get it. I mean, is it because he's the first president? Because that's really all he's got going for him. I don't know. I really just don't see why he would win. He didn't even have, like, real teeth. And, like, I don't see it. I'm not there.
In 2nd place, we had Barack Obama with 25 votes, which kind of surprised me. I guess he was reasonably young as far as presidents go, but he never really came across to me as much of a fighter.
Barack Obama will, like, come in clutch with the drone strike. His special move, he's calling in drones from the sky. It's gonna be, like, absolutely crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, his super smash move. I think a smash, like, we might as well best envision this as a smash game with all the presidents.
With such a large and expansive roster of bright and colorful characters, expanding over almost 250 years, we have brought you the most expansive fighting game roster of all time.
I just don't feel like Barack Obama really has what it takes. I think that we're all suffering a little bit from recency bias because we're all pretty young. We all remember Barack Obama. He was kind of like the first guy who was like president when I became conscious of the world. And like, I get it. I get why you'd want to pick him. I get why you'd want to vote for him. I just don't think he's got it. I just don't think especially now. Have you seen those pictures of him pre versus post presidency? Like, he doesn't got it.
Barack Obama at number 2? You think he's beating Lyndon B. Johnson in a fight? I think that's racially charged. Lyndon B. Johnson, famously huge.
He was really tall. He was a big man too, and he was from Texas.
The crotch down where your nuts hang.
To me, it's also a mental game. And if you know anything about Lyndon B. Johnson, you know that he loved mental games. Does that make him a bad person? You know, who's to say? It did make him really effective as a president, and he did get a lot of things done. And a lot of it was with interesting psychological tactics, and I think that that's the exact kind of psyche that would help you win in this Hunger Games style arena that I am picturing. I mean, he pulled everything back together once JFK sadly passed away, and people were scared of him. People would leave conferences with him and they'd be like, I just voted for whatever he wanted because he was so scary. And I feel like we got to give him some credit for that.
Bill Clinton, George Bush, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden all got 1 vote. None of those 4 are winning. I'll tell you that right now. Joe Biden doesn't take a step.
I think that's all pretty accurate. I don't think any of those 4 are winning any fights anytime soon.
As for me, my personal answer to this question is FDR.
And then old Hot Wheels, you know. I think Hot Wheels could do a lot of damage.
On a more serious note, though, my top 3 picks probably would be Theodore Roosevelt, Andrew Jackson, and Abraham Lincoln, which I think were kind of implied by some of the things I said previously.
Not seen any shout-outs for my boy Martin Van Buren. Shout out Martin Van Buren, the realest of the real. Alexander Hamilton, the best president, got slept on. That's crazy. You know, bro wanted to establish a bank, established a bank.
No Rutherford B. Hayes in the top 5. Are we for real? Are we for real right now? Really? Really? That man looks like he could kill you. I love Rutherford B. Hayes. I don't know anything about him politically, but look at that man. Look at that beard. An extravagant man, truly.
And the winner for the U.S. president fight is...
Can we get a round of applause? Can we get some anticipation?
Theodore Roosevelt with 29 votes.
Undisputedly, Teddy Roosevelt is the guy that would kill the vast majority of other presidents. He's got his name and his face on Mount Rushmore and all that.
Teddy Roosevelt was giving a speech during one of his presidency campaigns, I believe it was. He got shot. He got shot in the middle of his speech. You know what he did? Do you know what he did? He delivered the rest of his speech. If I'm remembering this correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, the bullet got caught. I think it was a pocket watch or a coin or something in his pocket, something like that.
He even said himself, "Friends, I shall ask you to be as quiet as possible. I don't know where you fully to understand that I've just been shot, but it takes more than that to kill a bull moose." That goes fucking hard, I'd say. Congratulations on Theodore Roosevelt for the win.
Teddy Roosevelt is the type of guy that would beat you up outside of a bar.
Even the name Teddy, that's a guy who would just win a fight. We all understand this. I think this is a victory that everyone can really be happy about.
Teddy Roosevelt was also part of some brigade on horses. I cannot remember the name for the life of me. I should have paid more attention in history class. But this man was a unit. An absolute unit.
I like the pick. He's no Rutherford B. Hayes, okay? But the man's durable, right? And I'll agree with them on that, all right? I'll let them have that one. Sure. To the people who voted, you're valid, I guess.
Well, I hope you... Hello? Yeah, I was actually in the middle of it. Why? Okay, I'll make it a quick one. Okay. Alright, bye. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next award. I don't know. He told me to cut it short, I guess.
This concludes my segment for all the categories of the Richie Awards of 2025. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, my name is Caden. I hope you all have an amazing day.
Thank you so much. I hope you had a great 2025, and I hope you're going to have a great 2026. But yeah, thank you again.
Always love yourself, love your friends and family, and you gotta love some food. You just eat like a good dish of pasta, fried chicken, or even sushi. Whatever makes you really happy to eat, that could just change your entire mood fully. But enough of the food talk. We gotta close this out now.
So that was a fun one, huh? We all had a little walk through memory lane, and honestly, there was a lot that happened this year. And as much as I really wanted 2025 to be my year for real, it was in fact not. I will best explain this by saying I was hit by 2 cars this year. But that just leaves improvement for next year, right? Yeah? Copium? I would never cope. I would never cope. I did get to do a lot of things this year that were fun. So, I mean, life isn't, you gotta look at things kind of with like a, I don't know. I actually don't know what to say for the outro.
There's a lot of stuff that I've been able to revisit when I'm older and really take an appreciation for a lot more. One of them being Vocaloid music. So much of it has come out this year that I've really been enjoying, that I wouldn't have necessarily vibed with as a kid, but I feel like now I have a greater appreciation of it as a whole, and I think the genre of Vocaloid music itself has really grown from where it was back in like 2009 and 2010. I think it's truly reached an incredible place where it is now. Hatsune Miku, my diva, I love you. Peak has been really, really fun to see. That's been a really fun game that's come out that I've gotten to play and really enjoy.
What a year, guys, 2025. This has been personally an awful year for me, but that's okay, because we keep going. I am proud that Plants won the Plants vs. Zombies category personally. Toy Chica winning Five Nights at Freddy's, Disappointed but not surprised. You guys are freaks. Beak on or beak off, though. That's the real question. Thank you, Ricky, for letting me be stupid here. I appreciate it.
Hopefully next year I won't catch a cold right before the recording. Maybe if I didn't procrastinate on getting the recordings out, then I wouldn't sound like this and act like this. But it is what it is. I still enjoyed hosting. I really appreciate Rich considering me every single time for these things. I have a lot of freaking fun every time. Like, I think this thing has become so big and so awesome, and it keeps getting bigger each year. Thank you, Rich, for having me. I really don't have a closing bit at all.
For me personally, 2025 has been an amazing year for me. From the having fun experiences with my friends to all of the new video games I have played this year. I would like to thank Richard for inviting me to present the awards for this show, because it honestly was really fun to write a script about my interests. I hope everyone makes a ton of happy, memorable moments in 2026.
I didn't want to get too personal here, but I did have a difficult year. I'm not in a good place because of all these things I don't have any control over, and it's extremely difficult to find a way out. Thankfully, I do have something moving me, and some other avenues in my life are starting to go better, so I'm really hoping for things to finally change starting next year. It won't come easy, but it'll be freeing.
And with that, the 2025 Richie Awards have come to a close. And let me just say, I had a great time this year. This is my first time doing it. I've really had it's been an honor, okay? The creativity, the way people have, showed up and really just given some interesting answers. It's all been really fascinating to me. I've had a great time, which is not something that I can say about 2025 as a whole. Some things really did happen that were awesome, and then most other things were just not that awesome. It's been a weird year. I really feel like everyone else understands me when I say things have just been off. But we're gonna look towards the future with optimism and go into 2026 with a little bit of hope, okay? I'm excited. We should all be a little bit excited. I wish everyone the best. I wish myself the best, okay? I think I need it. We all need it, okay? Things are gonna be even better next year, okay? All that weirdness, we're gonna let it, slide right past us, and we're gonna go into 2026 strong, okay, guys? I believe in us, all right?
So that's it for me. I'm Ben. I am going to have a video at some point come out in the new channel called The Museum Road Warrior. I went to the Yingling Brewery and I'm working on editing a video where I'm talking about my experience there and the history of the brewery and all that. So Museum Road Warrior at some point next year. I wish I had a definite date, but that's what I'm working on. And thanks for letting me on here, Rich. I love you.
This year alone was eventful, to say, to the gaming world, to the real world, to my personal life. 2025 has laid out what right can happen and what can go so wrong. But we can take those wrongs to make it positive and remember how we got those negatives, and we can always make sure those negatives don't happen again. We always build to make a healthier and safer place for our friends and family.
I really have been enjoying my time hosting as well. And the categories that I've gotten to host for are really, really fun. Pokémon especially is my personal favorite category that I got to host. 2025 has been the year of all time. A year of all time, actually. But, regardless of how I feel about it, I'm glad I'm a part of the Richie Awards for the year 2025 to help wrap it all up. Thank you so much.
And that's it for the Richies 2025. Thanks everyone so much for voting, and thank you, Rich, for having me on again. It was a lot of fun getting to do this whole setup, this whole dressing up thing, this unlistened shit. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully get to do it again next year. But yeah, if you want to check me out, I have a channel, PlatinumYoshi, obviously. I'm trying to upload more often now. I have 2 videos up pretty recently. One about Sean Aries' marketing, and one about Sonic Expo. Though those are, I say are a fun watch. And I also have a second channel where I do like more shitposty stuff. And Twitter, Blue Sky, Twitch, all that stuff. And yeah, overall, 2025 was a chaotic year, to say the least. Not to get too much into things. And I know there's like gonna be people out there that had an awful year. Hopefully your year has been pretty decent at least, despite everything. And yeah, hopefully 2026 can be, you know, a little better for you, a little better for me. Very wishful thinking, but I think that's a good way to like close off on a positive sort of message. But yeah, thanks everyone watching Richie's, and that's it for this suit jacket. It's getting me a little sweaty. Get the shit off my fucking face.
Oh yeah, I planted another bomb and he...
Shout out Interplanetary Criminal, my favorite DJ. He's having a monumental run this past year. But anyways, well, that time has come. Thank you so much for listening to my hot takes, and I'm sure everyone else has had some great things to say, but, you know, if you listen to me, you enjoy me, thank you. Leave a like on this video. Tell Richie that he's the GOAT, because he is. He's very patient with me. You know, that's very important. Patience is a virtue. And, you know, thank you so much for tuning in and hearing my takes in this beautiful 2025. And may 2026 bless you. May your stars shine bright and your days be prosperous. Amen.
Honestly, this year was really bad. I didn't like a lot of the things. I don't like this year. This year sucked. I think everything to do with the societal climate of this year really bogged it down, but we did get some good stuff to help distract us from the apocalypse. So I think for that, I think it's worth, you know, uplifting and really shouting out these things has helped us get through it. My nose is running so much, so I better go catch it. Ha! Check this out. Shadow's doing like a little trick on it. He's doing a trick on it. He's doing a trick on the motorcycle. Check it. Oh, what the? Yo! Woo! See you next year. Put me on a fucking seal one last time.
Overall, I think 2019 has been a great year. I hope 2020 is better. I hope you enjoyed my bits of commentary, but I wanted my first hosting gig to be distinct. That's really what I value. Uniqueness. And sameness, of course. We're all in many ways the same, but don't go out of your way just to copy what everyone else is doing. You are you. You're a person. Maybe that sounds obvious, but it's true. Bye now.